The question was asked, have I ever been stabbed in prison? Yes, a couple different times. And another question was, have I ever stabbed anybody in prison? And unfortunately, the answer is yes. Sometimes situations dictate extreme measures. I don't condone that unless it's, to save your life or another life. Um, I really want some questions from you, hard hitting questions, like whatever it is. I'm not going to lie, I'm going to give you the truth. I was raised by great parents. I had most everything I wanted, and I turned 18 and became a criminal, and I don't know why. Maybe for the buzz, the, the thrill of it. I've been out since, well, I was paroled August 31st of 2012, but Iowa had a hold on me, so I had to go back and finish some more time in Iowa. And then I was finally released um, in December or January, January of 2023. So we're coming up on 10 years that I haven't been incarcerated. People ask, what happened? How do you deal with that? And I don't know. The answer is I don't know. And they say, well, what made you grow up? What made you change? And I think my dad dying had a lot to do with it while I was incarcerated. But I think a lot of it has to do with just one day you wake up and you realize, man, I'm sick of this. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this life. And what happens is you start to change. Things change. It could be subtle. You may find yourself going to the library or something. It's just some change in your routine, and other things start to affect you. Like people you work out with, you don't want to kind of be around them, or you're tired of hearing lies and gossip stories, and you start to self separate, and you grow up. I can't explain what happens. It's just something. It has nothing to do with any class I've ever taken. It's not anything to do with reading a book, doing a study, doing a rehab program. So any of those people that tell you that rehab works for the criminally minded have never really seen it work. I have, I don't know. I don't want to knock rehabilitation, but I know that none of those helped me. It was just something inside me that just said you're done, and I was done. Um, I did time in 3 different states. Started doing time in Missouri and Jefferson City, the Walls in 1988, and continued doing time until 2012. Um, I'm sorry, guys. I'm doing this on a Motorola phone, and I'm just trying to get my message out. I'd love for people to know what it's like in prison. And if you have a specific question, ask me. Or if you have a loved one that's in prison, I can tell you what they're going through, and tell you what they're not going through. I can help you, the parents. Sometimes I'm going to tell you, this is a scam that a lot of inmates run. They send their parents letters saying, man, I got to get this much money, or I owe got this guy this much money, or they're charging me for this, or it's usually 99.9% a scam. Um, the best thing you could do for anybody in prison is make sure they had a TV. Other than that, don't get caught up in the game of putting money on people's books unless you know that the money you put on their books is going in their stomach. You know, well, I can't think of anything else to say. I'm sorry if you hate this. If you like it, thank you. Share it. Do whatever it's got to do. I just want to get out there and help people. Thank you.